Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is forming a massive bullish divergence here in the MACD. Also, we are seeing something play out right now on this on-chain chart for Bitcoin that we have not seen since the end of July. And of course, I'll give you another quick update on these other Bitcoin charts later in the video, so definitely stick around to the end of the video so that you don't miss out on any of this important information. And just before you get into it, you might as well leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. It's right here on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 3-day time frame. And obviously, over the past couple months, we have been experiencing a bearish trend for Bitcoin. But for any of you that were around in the middle of last year, we also saw a very similar thing, as you can see. But what's interesting here is what we can see in the 3-day MACD, which is this indicator right here. And first of all, looking at this previous price action in the middle of last year, the histogram in the MACD indicator, which are these bars right here, they were starting to trend back to the upside, while the Bitcoin price was still technically in a shorter term downtrend. And by the way, when we see the histogram in the negative territory, so when we see it in the red territory, as the histogram is beginning a new uptrend out of that territory, that means that the MACD, which is actually this blue line right here, is approaching the moving average, which is the orange line right here, from underneath. And then the moment the MACD experiences a bullish cross, while that is happening, the histogram is crossing from the red into the green. And so if you're looking at the recent price action, once again, we're technically still in this downtrend, but in the MACD indicator over the past 1 month, we have seen an uptrend in the histogram, which means the MACD line, the blue line right here, is approaching the moving average, which is the orange line right here once again. And then the moment those two lines cross in this indicator, at that time, as I said earlier, that is when we'll see the histogram cross into the green. And normally that happens in around market bottoms when we're getting ready for another uptrend. So right now, we are possibly in the early stages of a trend reversal, but we have not confirmed a trend reversal. It really gets confirmed after we see things like a major bullish cross in the 3-day MACD, also after we see some higher lows and higher highs on the charts, which, as I just said, that normally happens after we see a bullish cross here in the 3-day MACD, at least when you're looking at last year's price action. And speaking of bullish divergences, not only are we seeing a massive bullish divergence between the price and the MACD on the 3-day chart, we are also seeing a massive bullish divergence between the Bitcoin price and the RSI here on the 12-hour time frame. This is absolutely nothing new for the subscribers out there, because I have been talking about it quite a lot over the past 1 to 2 weeks. So for anyone new to the channel, if you want more of an explanation of what this actually means for Bitcoin, definitely check out yesterday's Bitcoin update video that I posted on the channel. But you can see how the last major bullish divergence here on this time frame played out back in the middle of last year. And now getting into some on-chain analysis for Bitcoin, this chart right here shows us the percent of transfer volume in profits, which is represented by this orange line right here. In fact, that is the 2-week exponential moving average. And for any of the beginners out there, transfer volume is basically Bitcoin getting moved around. And what we have seen recently is the 14-day exponential moving average of the transfer volume in profit drop below 40%, which basically means the majority of people moving Bitcoin around at the moment are sitting in a loss. And if you're looking at the last couple times that the Bitcoin transfer volume dropped below 40% volume in profits, first of all, we saw this happen back in the March 2020 crash when Bitcoin dumped all the way down to below 4,000 US dollars. And obviously that turned out to be an amazing buying opportunity. Everyone in the market back then was flipping extremely bearish, and a lot of people were selling Bitcoin at a loss. But once again, that turned out to be a great buying opportunity. And we also saw a similar thing happen on this chart back in around July last year, where the percent of transfer volume for Bitcoin dropped below 40% volume in profits. And that was happening right before we saw the July short squeeze leading into the end of July and into August. So over the past 2 years worth of price history here, the last 2 times that this actually happened, that meant the Bitcoin price was bottoming out and getting ready for a major trend reversal back to the upside. And now if you're looking at the recent Bitcoin price action and the recent percent of transfer volume, we have just seen that drop below 40% volume in profit once again. So obviously what I'm about to say is not financial advice, but according to this chart right here and according to all of this previous price history, technically speaking, or I should say fundamentally speaking, Bitcoin is due for a major run to the upside within the next couple months or so. So if you're wanting to know my personal Bitcoin strategy, right now I am accumulating more and more Bitcoin by simply dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and holding for the longer term. And for those of you that were on the channel around half a year ago, I was telling you that exact same strategy back in around May, June, and July. And of course, you can see how that turned out in the following months. Now giving you a quick update on this chart right here. This is the Bitcoin to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And I have been talking about this major line of resistance for around 1 week now. But if you're looking at the recent price action, at the time of this video at least, we are currently potentially making a break above this line of resistance. But right now, we have not seen any confirmation of this breakout to the upside. So what I mean by confirmation for the beginners out there, ideally, we need to see more volume coming in here as we're breaking this resistance. Also, if we could actually see some candle closes well above this line of resistance, that can act as confirmation as well. And when it comes to candle closes, the higher the time frame, the more important the candle close is. And another way of confirming a break above resistance is if we come back down for a retest and flip that previous resistance point into new support with a bounce from that line back to the upside. Now, we don't actually have to see all three of those confirmations to confirm a breakout to the upside. Really, just one out of those three can be enough, but obviously the more confirmation, the better. But the candle close confirmation method is an important one to remember because we have seen some candle wicks above this line of resistance in the past, meaning that the Bitcoin price traded slightly above this line of resistance during those time periods, but we got quickly rejected from this point in the past. So those are just some of the things that I'm paying attention to right now on the 4-hour charts for Bitcoin. Now checking out the 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and in the Bollinger Band indicator right here, technically we are still in this squeeze phase, meaning that a volatile move is coming very soon. In fact, the last time that the Bollinger Band indicator on the Bitcoin 12-hour chart squeezed this much was back in the beginning of October 2020, just before we began that major move to the upside in the next few months or so. And what is good to see here is the fact that the Bitcoin price has held this lower band in the Bollinger Band indicator as support, and right now that is coming in at just above 41,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, and the top band in the Bollinger Band indicator is coming in at around 44,000 approximately. So if we see a major breakout above 44,000, that could be a strong sign on the chart that we are looking to begin a trend reversal. But as of right now, once again, we haven't actually seen that just yet. Not to mention that the Bitcoin price is still holding above the golden pocket here when you draw the Fibonacci levels from the July low up to the all-time high and have the Fibonacci levels on the logarithmic settings. And so when you're doing that, that puts the golden pocket at around 40,000, give or take, and the bottom of the golden pocket is at around 39.5k, which we have seen a successful bounce from already. And for any beginners out there, the reason why the golden pocket is so important is because that is the Fibonacci level that we most commonly see the price turn around at. So we usually see trend reversals after we see a bounce from the golden pocket. And on top of all of that, of course, we are still looking at this massive fractal here on the daily time frame. I won't go too much into detail about this fractal again today because I did exactly that in yesterday's Bitcoin update video. So for the new viewers on the channel, definitely check out my last video that I posted yesterday on this channel. But I will just quickly mention that right now, the RSI on the Bitcoin daily time frame is approaching this descending line of resistance, coming in at around 41 approximately. And so if we can see a major breakout above this downward sloping line of resistance, then that would be a very bullish signal. And the last time we saw something like that was back in July 2021, once again, just before you began another major uptrend. So as I said, we are not seeing that just yet, but we are approaching this line of resistance right now. And so this is something that I am paying attention to moving forward on this chart. And of course, I'll keep you updated here on the channel and over on my Twitter. So if you don't follow me over on my Twitter, make sure you're doing that for extra information just like this every single day. And you'll find the link to my official Twitter account in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. If you found any part of this video useful or simply enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these update videos that I post every single day. And also for anyone new to the channel, you might as well check out one of these uploads if you haven't already. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you supporting these videos every single day. I can't thank you enough. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.